Hello everyone, we're back with more Fatal Frame 1 on the PlayStation 2. Wanted to mention too, some of the cutscenes are kind of like in real time, where they are full screen, widescreen, proportionate and everything. And then other cutscenes are going to be an actual 4:3 with bars on the side, because they are kind of like the pre-rendered cutscenes. And I've set those up to work like I described in the config and tech video, so that they won't be stretched or be too narrow, because they work differently than the game does. So they will have bars on the side, and you might see, you will see some white line slivers horizontally and vertically on the edges of those 4:3 cutscenes sometimes, and that is just a unavoidable thing because of the fact that I'm upscaling this to 1080p. So that's like a defect that can happen, but it's minor and doesn't take it away from the game any, so I'm okay with it. But it is a slight, visual defect. But it's as a result from upscaling. So, oh yeah, this here too. If you don't do anything, I forgot about this. Let me actually make a note about this, because it's something in the future Fatal Frame games I want to point out when I play them too. Idle screen scare effect. That's basically what this is. There's different ones. I don't even actually know if all of the Fatal Frames do this, but I think the classic 3 do, but there's different things that happen. You get bloody handprints right now. You might see a creepy ghost or something that's kind of transparent that looks like it's kind of in the game and getting ready to mess with you, but it's really just kind of like a in-game screensaver. But yeah, if you just leave the game alone and don't move around for a while, it'll do different things. Let's test it again here real quick while we're just chilling and talking to each other here. Just let it go idle and see if something different happens. I know there's different things that happen, like ghosts that show up, but it might be in the sequels. But I am curious about like the modern Fatal Frame games when we play those in the future, if they retain using that little cool effect, different effects, but something idle to scare you. He's looking around too, like of his own free will. Just to see what it does here. It would be cool too if he kind of like moved his arm with the flashlight around as well. I don't know if he's going to really do that. I just want to see what he does here, if anything. Try to remember to do this at least once in each of the Fatal Frame games to see what happens. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite horror game series. Next to the obvious things that people would always say in their top lists, but Fatal Frame was ahead of its time as well. I don't know how long you have to wait here. A couple of minutes. We'll keep going. I'm sure we'll chill and do nothing for a while and another point. Alright, let's click this up. Pick this up.
This notebook. It's Mr. Takamine's. that was Mr. Takamine. So he did come here.
Shooting ghosts. Look like something out of a Tool video or something. Alright. So as you could see in that cutscene there, we got a real-time in-game cutscene, and then we got one of the smaller, narrower ones. And I think that guy they showed at the end there, that's Mr. Takamine. That's the guy we're looking for. Okay. Hold up the camera with the circle button and press the shutter with the X button or the R1, which is what I recommend using. When the target is inside the circle, mystical power, accumulates. The damage you inflict on the ghost goes up as you accumulate more power in the camera. So basically, the longer you keep the ghost in the circle reticle of the camera, and the closer you are to him or her, the more damage you'll do. So you want to let them get as close as you can to you, which is, risky. And then build up as much power before you take the shot. Shutterbug moment. While you have the ghost in your viewfinder and the circle glows, take a shot. You can inflict heavy damage when you take a shot during a shutterbug moment. The circle will glow from blue to orange, I believe, or change from blue to orange when you can take a picture that's going to do damage. And then there's at the top, the square that would show the blue filament when we're close to something to take a picture of, when we're just doing normal gameplay. I think that goes like a bright orange as well and blinks, makes a sound effect or something, and that's when you can do a shutterbug picture moment, and that's essentially like getting a critical hit. So full power, close as the ghost can be, and a shutterbug moment is like, the best you can get as far as the most damage you're going to be able to do. But you're not always going to be able to do that. You're going to do a lot of base damage, with just normal shots, but you'll see here how it goes. Enter the tutorial by selecting scraps under file in the menu. Okay, so we got to bring this up. So you can see I'm building up down there on the bottom. I'm waiting for him. So we got score for that, so I'm letting the bottom build all the way up there. All those symbols.
I captured a ghost with this camera. This camera has the power to expose things the normal eye can't see. I remember the incident from which I learned of its unique power to capture ghosts.
Okay. What unique incident was that? You're not going to explain further. Explain yourself, Mafayu. Okay. So, if you look at the very bottom there, I think I have mouse visible. Yep. Okay. So, this up here will go orange and flicker and light up when you can do the shutterbug critical hit, and then this is what you want to focus on being orange when you can take a shot. And then you've got these 6 symbols down here, and as you keep the ghost in the reticle circle, you will build up the power, the spirit power, and it will slowly highlight each one of these. And then once they get all 6 lit up, then you're like at, power 6 whenever you take your shot. And then, you'll use your film. It will kind of give you like a, it titles it like, 0 shot or whatever, different names for different things. It's like getting just cool titles, for the way, the type of shot you took. And then you got your health bar and stuff. So that's essentially how combat will work. It'll change slightly as you progress and get more abilities, but that's the basic way it'll work. Let's go over here then. Oops. The door to the entrance is open, but I'm sure it was just closed. It was just closed a while ago. I actually think I missed... Damn it. Let me reload. We'll skip this. Fight the ghost again. I think I didn't trigger a ghost we could have taken a picture of, so we'll fight this dude again real quick. They'll eventually lunge at you. And you don't have to reload your film, it's already loaded. Core shot, 0 shot. It's hard to read everything it says. Happens so quick.
I captured a ghost with this camera. This camera has the power to expose things the normal eye can't see. I remember the incident from which I learned of its unique power to capture ghosts.
So if you walk over here, I think you trigger a dude. Ooh, he's twitching. Yeah. That guy. Just wanted to show that. Because when you walk down there, he said, we closed this door, now it's open. I didn't walk this way after doing this segment here. Okay, so we can't do anything else here. This is still locked. Got a black padlock on it. Because, yeah, coming down here initially, I was going to go back up there, but I figured it wouldn't trigger him, so I just reloaded my my save. I don't know how to take a picture of that guy, if you're even supposed to be able to. I don't know if that's a unique ghost capture or what, because you can't take his picture. There's no way to run over here before he walks through the door, and there's no way to take the picture from up there, so I just assume you can't actually take a picture of that one. So come over here. He'll say the same thing. Door to the entrance is open, but I'm sure it was just closed a while ago. Okay. Alright. Just heard a door shut. Guess it was this one. Okay. Yeah. There's nothing we can do with that. Alright, let's continue.
been 2 weeks since I last heard from my brother. But he left a note that led me to this place. I felt as though something was calling me here. Mafuyu.
The strangling ritual. First night.
My brother was here. What is this place? Did someone just...
Okay. So this is who we will primarily be playing at this point forward. This is Miku, so this is Mafuyu's sister. And now we've got normal color. So game's gonna look a touch better, I would say. That first kind of introduction area there, just to familiarize yourself with controls. Basically the tutorial level. Controls, fighting a ghost. And it's kind of like, you know, a sort of a flashback kind of thing. Okay. Something large beyond the lattice. It kind of looks like a person covered with cloth. So let's look at our stuff now again. Map. Same thing. We still have our score that we earned from playing as Mafuyu on Miku, so she gets his score. And we've driven away one ghost. We don't have any items though, so we don't get to keep any of the stuff, the film, or I think we had a heal, one healing item. We don't get to keep any of that. We have to find all new stuff for her. Photos are still here that we took. And yeah, it takes the photos you take to kill the enemies count. That's why they overwrite all the other photos eventually. So you can see what the ghosts look like. Looks like there's two of them there, but he's just moving around. Bound man. So they all have names. All the ghosts have names, no matter which ones they are. And yeah, the theme in this game is centered, I won't spoil everything, but ropes. We've already encountered ropes, so you're going to hear and see ropes a lot. So this guy was bound by ropes. If you looked at his character model, kind of hard to tell here, but... And we got... See, depending on the shot, we got more score. And this was the death blow anyway, but... So we got a lot of points for dealing with him. So we still have all the tutorial notes here from Mafuyu. We don't have a camera yet at all because she just doesn't have one yet. We have to find one. We just have our flashlight. And I do believe she walks quicker and she runs quicker than Mafuyu does, so she'll move quicker. So Circle doesn't do anything yet right now because we don't have a camera. Yeah, she definitely runs faster. There's an angry looking mask on the wall. something on the floor. Herbal medicine. I got the herbal medicine. Oops. I almost used it. Well, I did use it, but luckily I had full health and it didn't get consumed. Herbal pill medicine. It restores a little energy. So. Okay. Okay. There's an old camera here. I think I can take a shot. So we will save again. Save over the first file. Just overwrite it. Takes a little while to get in and out of this menu that's in the camera. Let me quick save. See what she says about this stuff. Cold air is flowing through a big hole in the floor. Something fell through here. There's a broken partition screen here. Okay. Let's go ahead. So when that happens, we could have taken a picture if we had a camera, but we didn't. But sometimes they leave a little blue floaty orb, and you can go over there and mess with it. Okay. There's a small piece of paper on the floor. It looks like a piece of a notebook. Research notes. September 12th. Now there's another rope. And another rope. I put the piece of notebook in my file. Ropes everywhere. Okay. Just hanging from the ceilings up here, or the ceiling is ropes.
Did something happen to my brother?
I picked up my brother's camera and notebook from the floor. Quickly here, after this happens, I only remember this because I was testing the game. But you'll need to quickly go in camera mode, do a quick turn, and take a picture of a ghost. Once we get through this text stuff here. Mom's old camera. My brother had this with him. I found a new note inside Mafuyu's notebook. So I'm going to read this first. But after the note here, we got to get in our camera stance quickly. Mafuyu's notebook. 5 pages. Himuro Mansion investigation. This is where we are, the mansion we're in. Himuro Mansion was once the home of a large landowner that controlled vast areas of land. They also say that the site held some special significance that had to do with Shinto rituals of the region. I couldn't find any detailed books about these Shinto rituals, though. The last master of the Himuro family line massacred his entire household. Later, another family that tried to live there disappeared. Because of incidents like these, nobody visits the mansion today, and it lies in ruins. Maybe that's why there aren't any accounts of the Shinto rituals, and why the exact location of the place isn't recorded anywhere. September 24th. I've had a bad feeling ever since I came to this mansion. I'm leaving notes in this notebook just in case anything happens to me. I've got to find Mr. Takamine and the others fast. I hope it's not too late. There are many other notes and news articles inside the notebook. Man on the beam. He was just up there chilling. Gotta look at that photo. Yeah, he's just hanging up there. Rope hallway, man on our beam. So yeah, you gotta like camera mode, quick turn, and then move your camera positioning upward, and then take a picture. You gotta do it like real quick, because those guys fade in and fade out within seconds. Okay, so was there more things to read? Yes, a lot. All those research notes. So this is the one we just read. So let's read this one. Editor Ogata's Notes 1 about folklorists that lived in mansion. Okay. August 20th. Mr. Takamine needs some background material for his next work. There's a book about Himumura Mansion by a certain folklorist, and I'm supposed to look for it. A book about Shinto rituals and legends from every part of the country. Author Ryozu Munakata, title unknown. August 22nd. I can't find the book, but I did some checking on the folklorist. I found out he moved into Himura Mansion to do research on it, but after some certain event, he and his whole family disappeared. I couldn't find the book, but I found a news article from that period about it. It's a small missing persons story, but it might be helpful as background material. Okay. So Ogata is one of the people in that cutscene with Mr. Takamine. There's the woman, the guy, which I think the guy we just saw on the beam, I think that's Ogata. So he's the researcher, or the editor for Mr. Takamine, and these are all his notes. And there's 5. So that one was about folklorists, and this is Himura Mansion and Takamine's next work. September 10th, 11 a.m. It looks like the earthquake last month and the murders in that village have something to do with Himura Mansion. This stuff is probably all going into Mr. Takamine's next book. He really seems to be into this subject matter. His output rate should be good. September 10th, 4 p.m. The entrance door is broken. When in the world did that happen? It won't open. I'll have to find another way out. He doesn't feel well. September 11th. I haven't been feeling well since 2 nights ago. Actually, it's more like ever since Tomo took my picture. I think that's the woman. What in the world does the rope in this photo mean, I wonder? Looks like delirious nonsense. September 12th. Now there's another rope. And another rope. Chart of numbers for mansion's devices. September 10th, 1:10 p.m. There seems to be a few devices in this mansion that are engraved with old characters. When I asked Mr. Takamine about them, he said they correspond to numbers. I understand the first few. They are the old characters from the numbers 0 through 3, but I don't get the rest. They are characters that have the same readings as 4 through 9, but mean something different. I guess each one has a special meaning. I'll figure out the rest later. So this is important. We'll figure this out when we get to it, as far as how my puzzle notes relate to it, and explain to you how it works. But this will be important for using to unlock things, doors and keypads and things like that. Okay, there was a road. This is, let me get ahead of myself here. This is under scraps. This was a news clipping that was also, we picked up Malfuyu's notebook, and it also had these 5 research notes, but there was also a news clipping. When you pick up like a notebook, it's good to look in all of these categories over here, because you might get a photo too. So news clipping. There was a report yesterday that a star novelist, Jinsei Takamine, age 42, has been missing since the 8th of this month. Mr. Takamine's assistant, Tomo Hirasaka, and the editor, Koji Ogata, are also missing. Mr. Takamine last made a phone call to his publishers on September 8th regarding his research trip, and has not been heard from for 14 days, so 2 weeks. The publishers first assumed that the research was taking longer than expected, but since there were no calls from Mr. Ogata, they decided to file a missing persons report. Okay. Oh, okay, we can already look at that. So we can click this now. So Koji, that's the man, and then the woman, and then Mr. Takamine and their business partners. Novelist group. Okay, Koji Ogata, an editor who accompanied Takamine's research. He disappeared while exploring the mansion with Takamine and Hirasaka. Takamine's assistant, she disappeared while exploring the mansion with Takamine and Ogata. And then Takamine, a mystery novelist who visited Hiramura Mansion and disappeared. And then you can go between the groups. So we saw this chick in the mirror in that cutscene with Miku. Woman in a white kimono. People who got lost in the mansion all mentioned this woman in their death note. Could she have kidnapped Mafuyu? Benefactor looks for, captures Hiramura family. So she's apparently, related to this family of this mansion. Hinasaki family. And they're saying Mafuyu's tied to Takamine. Yeah, they know each other. Miku's brother. He came to the mansion in search of Takamine. He may have been captured by the female ghost in a white kimono. Miku Hinasaki. She came to Himura Mansion in search of Mafuyu. Captured by ghosts, allegedly, and chases Mafuyu, brother, sister. And then Muiki Hinasaki is Miku's mother and Mafuyu's mother. Mother and the child of, left a camera behind. So this is the camera Mafuyu found originally. Or no, he already had it, didn't he? He started with it, yeah. And then he got captured or whatever, dropped it, and then now Miku's found it, so that's what we're using. This is what Miku and Mafuyu's mother look like. So Miku's mother, she possessed spiritual powers and gave the camera to Miku. But Mafuyu had it, so. But now Miku's got it. So this is just cool to learn more about the characters and get a little backstory on them, who they are, see a picture, associates everybody together in one way or another. We don't have any photos from any notes yet. Got the camera now, but there's no abilities we can mess with yet. We have one herbal medicine, the camera, 47 type 14 film. Old beat up film doesn't have very strong exorcismal power. Okay. I think this is locked. Door's nailed shut, it won't open. Camera looks the same for her as it did for him. Let's go back here and save. Actually, I want to see if I can get a picture over here now that I have the camera. Oops, she's stuck. Probably not. No, I don't need to take it. Front door won't open as if something is holding it. Seems sealed by a powerful force. Okay, let's go save. Alright guys, we will stop here and we will continue on into the game in the next video. So thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next part. Bye.